Does he want to leave the EU?
I want us to get a good deal and then have a decision in the public after that.
So you want to get out of the EU?
No, what we fought the general election on was to respect the results of the referendum, and that we've done, to try to get a deal which guarantees trade and relations with Europe in the future. And if we can get that through Parliament, the proposals we've put, then I think it would be reasonable to have a public vote to decide on that in the future.
So in simple terms, if I went down into the streets in Liverpool and put up a big poster which said, vote Labour, get Brexit, that would be a fair assessment?
I think what would be a fair assessment would be to say, vote Labour, challenge austerity and guarantee living standards for the future, not a no-deal exit from the European Union, which is all that is being offered by the Tory right and, in a sense, by the Tory party.
But this is an election heavily about whether or not we leave the EU, and I just want to be absolutely clear.
Look,
Labour wants to leave the EU.
We said all along we respect the results of the general election, obviously. We expect the results of the referendum, obviously. And we do not believe a no-deal exit from the European Union would be anything but very bad for the British economy and very bad for the living standards, particularly of the poorest people. All that Farage and the right are offering is a no-deal exit. They're not bothering to tell anybody about the job losses that are going to come as a result of that. They're not bothering to tell anybody about the loss of investment and all the damage that's going to be done, and the trade deals they will then do with Donald Trump.
But you are a very experienced politician and a party leader, and I want to know about you yourself. Do you yourself wish to leave the EU?
I voted to remain in the EU in the referendum. Indeed, I campaigned to remain and reform the EU. That was the position of the Labour Party in the referendum and the position that we've taken. We are confronted with the result of the referendum. Therefore, I have put forward the view of a customs union with the European Union and, of course, trade arrangements and, crucially, protection of rights at work, consumer rights and environmental protection.
That is a long answer, not necessarily, if I may say so.
Well, it's a very long answer because
answer.
it's a very serious issue, and I think you would be very well aware of the problems that are going to be faced if there is a no-deal exit.
I'm just trying to find out whether you're in or out. That's
you
all.
present the whole thing as though it's a rerun of 2016. It's not. What it is the situation we now face of what we do in our relations with Europe in the future.
I'm just really asking where you stand now. When it comes to a referendum, are you in favour of another referendum or not?
Our party view taken at conference was that we should keep the option of the public vote there on the table. Let me finish.
Option?
No. To make a decision which would be a public vote on what comes out of that parliamentary view. At the moment, there's no decision come out of Parliament.
The word I jumped on there is option, because option can mean anything at all. In other words, you haven't taken
But you
a
didn't let me complete the answer, actually.
I gave you a chance of jumping on that word option. The word option suggests that you could or could not go for another referendum. I'm just asking you which it is.
We would want a vote in order to decide what the future would be. So yes.